I'm now going to show you how to add a new mountain using the 7-step wizard. From the mountains menu on the herder and administrator dashboard, click the Add New Mountain button. You have to give the mountain a name and a brief description of your mountain. This may include details of your course, perhaps. This is all editable later, so don't worry if you don't want to put it all in straight away. You need to pick the date that the game is going to begin. It defaults to starting today, and then when it's going to end, it will default to a 3-month period. I'll leave it like that for now, but you can easily click on this and change the date. I'll just change it by 1 day. Another feature here is to decide when you like your milestones to be due, when the deadlines are set. It may be that you prefer, because of your weekly rotas and lectures, that all these occur on Friday. You may not have any preference. It doesn't really matter. You can change the deadlines of all milestones and tasks later during the edit process. You then need to decide how many milestones you're going to have. Typically, a game will have between 2, perhaps, and 6 or 7 milestones. You can have as many as you like, although it gets fairly difficult graphically if you have more than about 8 or 9. The next step 4 is to decide how frequently you want the teams to do reflections. We'd recommend a normal setting of about 8 reflections, and these follow the Tuckman phases. So the low setting is for 4, 1 for each phase. The normal is for 2 for each phase, 2 reflection points in each phase, and the high setting is 12 reflection points. You then need to give some basic information about the game. You may have 2 herders in this game, or there may just be 1 of you. You may need to know how many students you're going to be involved in the game at this point, and how many teams you'd like to have. Typically, a team will be on average 4 students, but it could be 2 or 3 or 5 or 6. We'll go with 5 in this particular case, so that would be 6 teams. The next stage 6 is the most complicated screen, and you have to start off by deciding whether you want to have points in your game. You can choose not to have points by simply disabling points. If you're going to have points, you need to decide how you're going to distribute them across the game. You can have points for tasks that you set, and then you might say, well, I want perhaps 2,000 points in each milestone for the tasks I'm going to set. The next level is how many points do you want to give the students in each milestone for the tasks that they create and their own journey direction, quality of their own journey direction that they do. We'll leave this at 1,500. And then the reflection points across the whole game. So if you've got 8 reflection points, there'll be 125 points reflection. Maybe you want to make them a little bit more rich, so you can increase the number of points there. Down the bottom here, it'll tell you the tally of the number of points in the whole mountain. One interesting point here is to look at the ratio between task points and journey points. This gives you an indication of what level of autonomy you're designing the game. So if the students' journey points and their own tasks were significantly more, perhaps, than the points of the tasks that you're setting the students, that would indicate a very much more autonomous game where you're expecting the students to do a lot of their own task setting. If you're going to be very prescriptive on the course, you might want to have all the points, and that's maybe only a very small number of points for their own tasks. Finally, you just have to choose the backdrop for your game. The default is the Alpine setting, our original design, but we have one for North America, we have one for Africa, and we have one for the Far East. Then you click the Finish button, and the game is loaded, and you can see here it's set up on the panel here with the number of teams, number of reflection points chosen, number of tasks. It defaults to 2 tasks per milestone, 3 tasks per milestone, including the milestone review task.